It's Thursday, and you know what that means. Welcome to episode 319 of the superior Thursday evening podcast, Max Wrestling. This is your captain speaking on the verge of Impact's rebellion. Allow me to welcome my co-horseman, the podcast machine, Mike by God Larkin.
When did I turn into Jamie Noble?
What, you hanging around with your cousin? Needy ain't my cousin, man.
Well, Josh Matthews would always call him Jamie by God Noble.
Well, Don Callis has now applied that nickname to Kenny by God Omega.
Can I just say right now, Don Callis, not even when he was the Jackal, just him as Don Callis now is one of the most annoying son of a bitch I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, but that's what's so good about it.
But you know what it is too, man? I see, obviously, we got the Forbidden Door and we got everything like that. But every time he speaks, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah. That's why he's so by God entertaining. Because he's annoying.
I know that's his gimmick. But my God, good God almighty, Don effing Callis. You know what I'm saying? Don effing Callis.
Yes. El Jefe, Moses Marquez, will be joining us momentarily. We, of course, discovered, we worked out last week that he always misses the start of the show, so he doesn't have to talk about WWE. Smart decision.
Hey, I don't even want to talk about Raw this week, but I got some things to say about that damn show.
I don't want to talk about WWE, but I'm the fucking host.
I know you're the fucking host.
I run the fucking show.
Run the fucking show, yes, Mark Dallas. But no, I'd actually like to talk about a good Raw instead of a fucking retread and a rerun, because most of the shit that we got was a rerun and a retread.
Well, in that case, we need to go back about 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
Retro Raw, let's do it. Also, Travis the Walker Anderson will not be appearing this week. He had himself a little bit of fun last night. So, on medical reasons, let's say, he's having a day off.
Hey, after what that dude's been going through and all the work that he does, let him have his fun.
Yes, absolutely, and I very much hope that whatever drink he had for me was brown or amber.
He can't have a drink for me because I'm straight edge.
Yeah, he's probably drinking for you this morning water.
Water. I know it's not cheerwine because we had this discussion. For those that don't know what cheerwine is. For those that don't know what cheerwine is, it is like cherry soda, and it's one of the most popular drinks in the Carolinas. It's been around since like the early 1900s. He thinks it's gross. I love it, so he ain't having cheerwine though, so it's all right.
Who loves red soda?
Mike loves red soda.
So Travis is on the H2O, not the Gatorade.
Gatorade water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Now then, this is the week we take back what's ours. The other 2/8 of it anyway. RSquared currently have fingertips on our predictions title, which is of course on the line this weekend for Rebellion. But let's not get into that just yet. Let's get WWE out of the way. So if you're watching on YouTube, now is the time to hit the subscribe button, like and share on Facebook, and subscribe to our audio streams on all podcast platforms. And now, we watch WWE so you don't have to. And I fucking wish I didn't. Okay, well, I mean, it's not off to a bad start. I mean, Cesaro now seems to be in the pipeline for the Universal Championship on SmackDown with Roman.
That's a plus, but I mean, I look at it from a stance too. Like, if there's anybody that deserves it, finally, after all these years. I mean, it really started with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for me, getting that with Cesaro. But my thing is too, here's what's also interesting about it. You got Roman Reigns, who's now a Paul Heyman guy, against Cesaro, who's a former Paul Heyman guy, which a lot of people forget that Cesaro was a Paul Heyman guy.
We forget it because they dropped the ball on it. The problem with that was Cesaro became a Paul Heyman guy at a time when Paul Heyman was so focused on Brock Lesnar, they just didn't have time to even think about Cesaro. So it was just kind of an afterthought.
I mean, it's like when Curtis Axel was a Paul Heyman guy. Yes, he won the Intercontinental Championship, but it's like, come on, it's Curtis Axel.
Yeah. I mean, they could have done so much with Curtis Axel, especially after the rub from Triple H.
And Axel effing Mania was hilarious. But the thing with Curtis Axel too, like when he was Michael McGillicuddy in NXT, he was just bland as a motherfucker. And when him and David Otunga were the tag team champions, that went over like a fart in church. And then you do something interesting with the son of a gun, and then it just goes to shit.
Yeah. I mean, this is the son of Mr. Perfect. How do you fuck that up?
Because they're
Because
assholes.
WWE.
Yep.
It's probably Kevin Dunn. Oh, you know, Vince, I don't want to get the kid.
You know, Vince, I find him tiresome with his Bucky Beaver teeth.
I mean, it's good that Cesaro's in the main event picture and feuding with Roman Reigns for the title, but I mean, what are the chances we actually get Cesaro as Universal Champion?
Slim to none, but
Yeah.
it's somebody. But it's somebody different for the Universal title picture.
Yeah, but it's just going to backfire on him because, you know, when Roman beats Cesaro, inevitably people are just going to rip on WWE for burying Cesaro.
Absolutely. But from a stance, too, like, as my mom will say, you know, he's the tribal chief because my mom is the only one who picked Roman, by God, Reigns to win the friggin' main event.
I mean, it worked. It worked. She's a predictions champion.
That it did. But at the end of the day, I'm very curious, by the way, on a sidebar here, because my mom has not been watching Impact for a while, so I'm curious to see how she does with the Impact pay-per-view.
So long as somebody from Max Wrestling wins it and nobody from Bold Predictions wins it, that's good.
Hey, I'm just saying, man, when it comes to Ryan, and I'll talk about them with our videos there about those sons of bitches from the Bold Predictions podcast. Let me tell you something about the Bold Predictions podcast really quickly, because I have something to say later. Man, when I said last week that it's Chucklefucks Mania and Chucklefucks RS, right? Now look at what I just said there, Chucklefucks RS. Man, I love me some Toys R Us. Unfortunately, they are non-existent, you know what I'm saying? They have their own mascot. They had Jeffrey the Giraffe. And man, I love me some Jeffrey the Giraffe. I want to get some gift cards every time I'd watch Figure It Out with Summer Sanders on Nickelodeon. When I look at, Jeffrey the Giraffe, right, I think if Bold Predictions had a mascot, right, they would have the not so bold Dunk It, because they are a triple dosage of jackasses.
You'll probably think of a different animal after you see the promos a little bit later on, but okay. Now, that's the only thing really I've got to say about SmackDown. I mean, everything I've got to say about Raw is negative, so let's begin. Maybe first of all, it was great to see Alundra Blaze on Raw. Really surprised to see her feuding with Asuka and Rhea Ripley, though.
Okay, all right, stop it right now, and I love you for that. But still, no,
What?
it's just
What'd I do?
I hate Charlotte Flair with a passion. I hate her.
That was
I
Charlotte?
hate what they're doing.
Damn,
Sorry,
I thought that was Alundra Blaze.
First and foremost, I don't even mention Alundra Blaze to me, because I have not been happy with Alundra Blaze when her, Disco Inferno, and Chris Jericho were acting like a triple dosage of chuckle fuckery when they were talking about the goddamn Vegas being open and the coronavirus. Don't get me started on that. But what I hate is the fact that we're doing the Charlotte. I'm not being this cookie cutter, smiling everything anymore. And I'm like, okay. And I did see some girls that grew up nowadays and that think this girl is like the shiznit, because they grew up with Charlotte Flair. They didn't grow up with a lot of girls that we grew up with, think that this is awesome. And I'm like, you guys can fuck right off.
Let me guess. They love the Bellas, too.
Well, yeah, because, I'll be honest with you. This is the day and age where a lot of those girls watched Total Divas or Total Bellas and said, hey, I want to do this wrestling thing.
It really bothers me that we're in this age where women's wrestling is becoming so mainstream and on par with men's wrestling, and yet people look up to girls like the Bellas.
Well, you got to admit, and I'm going to say this, and I love them to death, and I like these guys, even though we got to say mean stuff about them. Ryan Taylor grew up in 2000, the youngest predictions champion. He was 8 years old when the Bella Twins debuted on WWE television. Ella J, and I love Ella J to death, she was like 11 when the Bella Twins debuted on WWE television, and she didn't start watching until 2009. So this is who they grew up with, kids that are born in the late 90s to the early 2000s.
I grew up with friggin' bra and panties matches, but I still appreciate better women's wrestling now.
Agreed. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But I also look at it from a stance
Gravy bowl match, evening gown match. Fuck off.
Eggnog, man. Still, but no, I look at it from a stance too. We grew up with Lita, Trish, Jazz, Molly, Holly, Victoria, Ivory, and all these women. And we grew up with Alundra Blaze, yes. And we grew up with people like Bull Nakano and all these ladies. I'm just saying, this is the generation we got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and let me inform you, kids, they actually put those match types in the video games. You literally had to strip your opponent to win a bra and panties match.
Oh my goodness, I remember playing that over and over again. And then there was the No, I did. I legit did, just because I wanted to be Tori and Stacy, and just I gotta say, Tori and Stacy. But no, and it's also one of those things too where it was interesting, and I wanted to see how the gameplay was, and it was not bad. I mean, they had the Fulfill Your Fantasy Battle Royal, and one of them that we had at the Taboo Tuesdays back in the day.
I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. Obviously, I enjoyed them back in the day, but you know, you're gonna grow up and you think, yeah, that's not women's wrestling. Then you see a match like Paige and Emma and Becky and Sasha, and that's women's wrestling.
Of course, and I look at it from a stance too. I was a 12-year-old kid, and I lost my mind at WrestleMania 20 when I got to see Tori Wilson and Sable against Stacy Keibler and Miss Jackie in a Playboy pillow fight. I mean, that's what we grew up with. We grew up in a day and age where the women's championship, whoever was the Playboy cover model, got a women's championship at WrestleMania. Hence Trish Stratus and Christy Hemme. Hence Melina and Ashley Massaro, God rest her soul. Yeah. Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle. Maria in a tag team match and making out with Snoop Dogg. Like, that's what we got.
And let's not forget Sable with the black handprints.
Yes.
That is not a bikini.
No, it is not. And Jerry Lawler flipping his wig and losing his mind.
Yeah, I remember the VHS case for Fully Loaded. And it was just Jerry Lawler and reacting to Sable. And obviously it was pixelated and it just said, hello. But anyway, we're getting a bit carried away. Charlotte is now, quote, suspended and fined for beating the shit out of a referee, basically.
She mollywopped that referee.
So...
she just came back, Dazzy.
Yeah.
She just came back and she's already suspended.
She's back for 2 weeks. Now she's suspended again, and apparently it's because she needs dental work, so more cosmetic surgery. Okay, got it.
Great. And, well, did you see what I wrote in the group? Friggin' Chad was talking about, like, oh, I think she'll be all right, and I just wrote pass. I'm like, no. I mean, we all... No, thanks. Travis, you and I were, like, done. And Chad was done. And Chad's trying to be like, oh, she's with Andrade. And I'm like, fuck them. Not Andrade, but fuck that whole situation.
Oh, yeah. Complaining about being suspended, but then spending time on a beach with Andrade. Yeah, okay, stay there.
You know what it is, man? It's friggin' Don Juan DeMarco. That is her Don Juan.
So stupid. Now, Randy Orton developed a little feud with Matt Riddle this week. Now, going up to Adam Pearce and just being like, who's the blonde kid, doesn't wear shoes? This is exactly how I imagine Randy Orton goes to Vince to talk about someone he doesn't like.
You know that blonde guy
who's the kid with the dreadlocks that used to have a Jamaican accent? He's so stupid.
It's like, who's that blonde dude that I dropped on his head and got him fired? Ken Anderson?
Yes.
No, he deserved that too, because if you watch that back, fucking Ken Anderson is a dick. He dropped Randy Orton right on his head.
It ain't ballet.
I know, true, but still. Also, I look at it from a stance too. When it comes to Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, I like the continuity too, because Matt Riddle said in a WWE.com exclusive, it's like, hey, bro, like, he beat me. I pinned him at the Survivor Series. He RKO'd me, and now I got him back, bro. That was a huge win. I'm a stallion, bro. And I'm like, okay, there's some continuity here, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Matt Riddle gets a win on the eve of 420.
Well, I mean, that was a hell of a
I'm sure he and Randy celebrated after the show.
Yes. Dazzy, I gotta say, I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Like, it was a really good match.
It was, and I've actually seen people complain that Matt Riddle beat Randy Orton. Like, Randy's a 20-year veteran and he put over a young talent. What the fuck's the problem?
And it was much better than the advertised bout, which was supposed to be Randy Orton and Braun Strowman for the first time ever.
Oh, yeah, thank you for canceling that, whoever's decision that was.
Well, because we got a hell of a match, but we still got Braun. Well, we'll get to the main event. Yeah. I'll have something to say about that. But yeah, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle killed it. I want to see another round 2 for these gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of dropping people on their heads, obviously they recently had the Stone Cold documentary and went over the Owen Hart incident again. And the more you watch it, the more you realize just how freaking bad that was.
Dude, I gotta say, I can't wait to watch more of the biographies on A&E. Watching that biography and just watching it again and again, it's like 20 plus years later. It's like still gets me every time I see that.
Yeah, that roll up. I mean, couldn't even get the roll up.
He
I
will always say it's one of the most ugliest roll ups in the history of roll ups.
Yeah, it was, but I mean, it wasn't his fault. The only complaint I have to A&E is please turn the fucking volume down on the background music. I could barely hear what people were saying half the time.
I know that it was way too loud.
Jim Ross spoke. You can't even. I mean, not to be awful, but you can't even lip read Jim Ross. So he was speaking. I don't know what the fuck he was saying.
Me either.
God, please turn it down on the next documentary, A&E. Thank you.
Hey, I'll be honest. I can't wait till Dark Side of the Ring comes back. We're going to talk about Brian Pillman. We're going to talk about Nick Gage. We're going to talk about a lot of people.
Yeah, and Dark Side of the Ring is the only place you're going to see Brian Pillman because Peacock ain't going to have him on.
Nope. Well, look at what's going on Vice TV, man. Now they got MLW on that channel, too.
Yes. MLW starting to make some waves.
Mm-hmm.
Another dumb thing, Mandy and Dana's interference in Nia Jax's match was awkward and stupid. Whoever wrote it, please don't ever write segments again. It was just like, oh, we wanted you to see this. Oh, it's Mandy slapping Nia from last week, okay. Oh, we also wanted you to see this. Okay, here comes Dana Brooke and they're both jumping Nia Jax. And we also wanted you to see this. It's Nia Jax slipping on the apron, okay. What was the point? Okay.
It was supposed to be like they got into her overall psyche and got her distracted, and now it looks like we're seeing dissension in the rankings with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. It looks like Nia Jax has got a new boo, because here comes Angel effing Garza out of nowhere, out of mothballs, if you will, trying to, play the Bachelor to Nia Jax. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, where the hell's Garza been? I mean, I know there wasn't any physical contact, but if I was a referee, I'd be calling for the bell for a DQ and not distraction. Also, I'd just be calling out just to end the pain of watching it.
Hey, we got Glow and Blow getting the dub, man, with that double facebuster.
Yeah, and also Shayna blaming Nia Jax. I mean, it's nice to see another woman other than Thunder Rosa being blamed for problems.
Oh, okay. You got to put it
ding,
like
ding,
that.
Ding, ding,
ding. You know what it is, too, man? What pissed me off is because I wanted to see Natalya and Tamina win the tag titles so goddamn bad, and now we're not even going to see that.
You did?
Well, here's the reason why I wanted them to win, because, I mean, they've been toughing it up, what we saw on, Talking Smack with Paul Heyman. I wanted to see them win. I know I picked Glow and Blow, but watching what we saw there in Natalya and Tamina, I want to see some more from that, and I think they're working hard, and this is the best Tamina's looked in a long, long time.
That's true. I mean, to be honest, I would have just been happy with anybody taking those titles off of Nia and Shayna, because I don't want to see Shayna being saddled with Nia Jax anymore.
That's what we're doing, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Shayna's being like, all right, you're distracted. Nia wants to get a freak on, possibly, with Angel Garza. Throw Reginald out the picture. You know what I'm saying? But that Latin Mr. Lover, Mr. Boombastic, the Latin lover. He's like El Gerardo is what that Angel Garza is. He's Rico Suave.
Mm-hmm. So, as we said, main event featured Braun Strowman eventually.
Wait, we're not going to talk about the main event because his cousin was also on Angel Garza. Humberto Carrillo got friggin' mollywopped by Sheamus.
Yeah. Again, coming out of the woodwork. Where the fuck's Carrillo been?
I don't know. But they had friggin' poor Humberto get killed, and I'm like, no! I like Humberto Carrillo.
Yeah, Sheamus also wasn't making any sense this week. I mean, his promo, not his promo, his lines were all over the place. Whoever the fuck wrote them too needs to fucking give the job to somebody else.
I'm going to be a fighting champion. No, but the title's not going to be on the line. Oh, but I'm going to be a fighting champion.
You know what? An open challenge for the title seems like a good idea. I'll do it, but not for the title. What?
Here's the crack, lads. I can't do the Irish accent like you, but I know he's...
Here's the crack, lads.
Thank you.
I'll put the title on the line, but it won't be on the line. What? What are you talking about?
What the fuck did he just say?
What the hell was that?
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, moving on. So, Main event, we finally saw the unmasking of Mason Teabag, and oh my god, it's actually Dominik Dijakovic and Don Dio Madden.
Did you see how they put that over for the first time ever? Oh my god, Retribution have been unmasked. You don't say. It's Dio Madden and Dominik Dijakovic. I would have never thought.
This is the first time we've got a good look at their faces. Is it really, Corey? Is it?
Really? So they friggin' and Braun's yelling at him. This is for your own good. And I'm like, what?
You think you're cool with these clown masks? Honestly, Dio Madden looked more intimidating with the mask.
I know. Take the Dom mask off. We're just for your own good. And friggin' McIntyre's yelling, stand up. And I'm like, oh my god. And they still get the win.
I kind of felt bad for them because, I mean, those are pretty heavy masks. And both of them got mollywopped with them.
Yeah, and now, again, they win by DQ. And I don't know what they're going to do with them now, but I swear they're not with the Hurt Business, because MVP kept saying, I swear they are not with the Hurt Business.
It also just reeks of lack of continuity when the mask came off Dio Madden and Corey didn't say, oh my god, he used to sit next to me at the commentary table.
Oh, but we're supposed to forget about that.
Yeah, because anything that happened 8 months ago in WWE didn't happen.
Hey, man, and they're moving. Thank God they're doing. Mia Yim is not involved in this bullshittery. She's over at a SmackDown, and I got to say right now, we were talking about releases, and I said no in the chat. Yimmy, Bofini, Bonana, Fana, Bofini. I'm singing the name, Gabe. Let's keep Mia Yim.
It's good and it's bad. It's good because she moved away. But also, she's going to be on a different brand to Keith Lee whenever he fucking eventually comes back.
True, but she's also still doing the Reckoning character, too, which is also shit.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, they said Reckoning is moved to SmackDown, so I'm assuming she's still going to be Reckoning.
I mean, I guess they were still calling Mason Teabag by their names, but they'll probably change them next week or something.
Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? They did a little Scott Stapp, with Creed there. You know why I say that with Scott Stapp? Because Dio Madden, Dominik Dijakovic, they had him break free. No, I wake up to the sound again. That's what friggin' Dominik Dijakovic and Dio Madden were doing. They were breaking free.
Sound of the early 2000s.
Hey, that's more mid-2000s, too. That was when Scott Stapp did his solo thing. And he was doing his Christian thing. No. That's what Scott Stapp was doing.
I'm so goddamn lost. Good morning, by the way.
Oh, good morning, Moses. Hey.
That was perfect timing. We just finished Raw.
I was like, I walked in and all I heard was him singing, and I'm like, and then something about Scott Steiner, and I'm like, that had to be TNA.
Scott Stapp, not Scott Steiner. We're talking about Creed, bro.
Oh, whatever. I don't know where the fuck I heard Scott Steiner, but all right.
I wish Scott Steiner was on this show.
I mean, there was like a 2 in a 4 and 27% chance of that being Scott Stapp.
There you go. I love it.
Oh.
Okay.
We'll talk about your boy Riddle beating Randy Orton, Moses.
Actually, I want to ask you, since you guys actually watched this horrific thing, what the hell is up with, I think you guys just talked about it, Dio Madden and Dijakovic. Are they back to normal now? Or are they going to continue to be stupid name guys without masks?
No, they're still Mason T-Bar, but it's like, for the first time ever, they've been unmasked!
Like, nobody watches NXT, and apparently nobody watched that, 2 weeks where he was on commentary.
No, because we're supposed to forget it.
That's what I just said. Corey didn't say, oh my god, he used to sit next to me on the table.
And didn't he get killed by Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, he squared up to Brock Lesnar and then got killed.
Well, when you're a former offensive tackle, and you're like, you know what, I used to play DT. What's up then, partner? I'll block you. Well, he got blocked.
That would have been a better reaction from Corey Graves. That's the guy that saved me from getting murdered by Brock Lesnar.
Yep, that would have been nice.
And we were talking about how Mia Yim is now on SmackDown, still as Reckoning.
For now.
Terrible.
For now.
And of course, the ESPN guy is still sucking it up.
Oh, friggin' Adnan sucks a dick.
I mean, I tried to listen to him more carefully this week because I didn't really notice how bad he was as much as other people last week. So I tried to listen to him more this week. I wouldn't say he's bad. He's just bland. There's no personality there.
He's a sports guy coming into the wrestling world. Yeah. That's for sure.
Like, he's not tripping up or making mistakes like friggin' Mike Adamle, but there's
here's
just
the
no
thing
personality there.
Here's the thing about Adamle, and I apologize for cutting you off, Dazzy Dangerously, but I look at it from his stance too. When Mike Adamle was on American Gladiators, he was good, but when he got to WWE, he absolutely sucked.
Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey. Yep.
Okay, and now for the good side of WWE. But first, make sure you visit our website, maxwrestling.net, for all your Max Wrestling information, history, stats, and facts.
Stats and facts, man. We got a whole lot of them. From promo bouts, from trivia bouts, from predictions bouts, from tournaments. We got it all. Excess, the stress of much success. We want it all, no less. So come on, taking it back to SmackDown 03 with that theme, baby. Oh, check out Max Wrestling.
Please tell me you played the clip of Trap being drunk.
I've asked him. I don't know if he's going to let us.
No, don't ask him. Just do it.
Just do it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, also the website now, the promo and knowledge list of bouts are in the right place. They're not swapped around.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how the hell I did that. It was just you click on list of promo bouts and you get all the knowledge matches we've ever had, and you click on the list of knowledge bouts and you get all the promo matches we've ever had. How the hell did it get mixed up? I don't know, but now it's corrected.
You want to intertwine some shit. That's what you want to do.
I did. I intertwined those lists very much like Dexter Lumis and Indy Hartwell want to be entwined.
I got to say right now,
That was
Indy
a great
Hartwell.
segue.
You know, I gotta say when it comes to Indy Hartwell and it comes to the overall love that is her and Dexter Lumis, all I gotta say is one thing, man. Reunited and it feels so good. All I gotta say is, you know what I'm saying? I mentioned Get Your Freak On. I gotta say she wants to creep. Yeah, she's creeping on the down low, TLC style. I am loving me some Indy Hartwell and Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, you know, Find You a Girl Who Looks at You the way Scarlett looks at Cross has been replaced by Find You a Girl that looks at you like Indy looks at Dexter Lumis.
More like stalked you like Indy.
Or pretends to be
I get it.
unconscious for you like Indy Hartwell.
Right?
Man, I'm looking at these two, and Dexter Lumis, even though he's a crazy son of a gun and has like those dead eyes, he's staring. What he's doing is he's taking it back to the late 80s. I'm talking about New Jack Swing. I'm talking about Teddy Riley. He's like today, girl, I got my eyes on you.
Quality stuff.
Yes.
I don't hate this thing. I still call it the whole what is it, Windy Peppercorn and Sphinx,
Yes.
gimmick from last week. But this week it's more like the Addams Family. You know what I mean? Like she's I forgot the geek kid's name, but what's Wendy Adams? No, that's not her name. What's the girl's name from the Addams Family?
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday, thank you. If you ever watched the movie, there is a scene where they're at like summer camp, and she like falls in love with this guy, and they're like opposite sides of the fence.
Yeah,
I was like, that's exactly what this was.
Wasn't that Bernard? Mike?
I think.
Yes.
The head elf?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I believe that.
Thank you.
See, he gets around.
Yeah, he does. That fucking Bernard.
See, that's the problem. I can't look at Bernard the same until he was on WWE, and he was just all fat as fuck.
Yeah, let's cut him a break.
It's
been a rough year.
He wasn't that bad.
Hey, it happens to the best of us. It's called 2020.
Yes.
Okay.
But Eli Drake did manage to get a win over Dexter Lumis after further tension between Dexter and Indy through an accidental distraction.
This goddamn fucking dork LA Knight's just like, oh, you're looking like you want a man like Dexter Lumis? He's, oh, you can have a man like LA Knight. And I'm like, well, you have a terrible name. That's not appealing to anybody, partner.
Plus,
you look like a rip-off John Cena.
Your cool jacket's been destroyed.
He was much better as Eli Drake. He was so much better when he had the dummy button, and now he's doing LA Knight, and he's just bland as a motherfucker.
You know what? I didn't even notice. I just called him by his old name. It's natural. Eli Drake.
It's just LA Knight.
Even if it had been Eli Knight, it would have been better.
Yeah. No, fucking LA Knight.
No. Like, again, we get like Mike.
Mm-hmm.
That was the team that he played for in that movie.
Yeah.
That, so where's Bow Wow?
Yes.
Where's he coming? Where's he at?
Oh my God!
Don't open the door for Bow Wow. Jeez.
Oh,
He's clamoring apparently.
I know.
Everybody all of a sudden really wants to get into wrestling because they ain't got shit else to do in their life.
Yeah.
You know what it is? When you talk about also like Mike with the Los Angeles Knights, I still got that picture in my head of that Stuart Little son of a bitch, Jerry Maguire son of a gun, Jonathan Lipnicki friggin' also doing like layups and shit and just friggin' going to the game with Calvin, and he's getting beaten up by the kid in the orphanage because he's trying to hide his sneakers because the little son of a gun can friggin' jump like Mike. You know what I'm saying? And you got Morris Chestnut trying to be with the girl, but here comes friggin' Calvin Cambridge being little Bow Wow, getting all up in his grill. Dare I say, little cock blocking orphan over there. It's like, oh my goodness gracious.
God damn. Whole new aspect of that movie right there.
Yes. Well, it was better than Like Mike 2 Street Ball, and I love me some Kel Mitchell.
I don't watch terrible sequels that go straight to DVD.
See, I told you, it sucked. It sucked so bad.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, I ain't seen it either.
You don't want to see it, man.
You don't. Yeah, there you go. You don't want to.
So that's not one for Netflix, no.
Hell no, man. Fucking Like Mike 2 Street Ball. The only good thing about it was Kel Mitchell, and I love me some Kel Mitchell. Like I love me some orange soda and cheer wine, but he could not save this movie. Like Jennifer Esposito could not save The Master of Disguise because it was the shits.
I still like the movie.
So, your girl, Frankie Monet, made another appearance, this time probably making the mistake of getting in Io Shirai's... Well, she did make the mistake of getting in Io Shirai's face because Io Shirai was all sweetness, cutting her, interviewing in perfect English. But as soon as Frankie Monet showed up, she turns angry Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
And Frankie's like, I don't know what you just said, but okay.
Well, Frankie Monet has that effect on people, and I gotta say this right now. I love the fact that we got Taya, I'm sorry, Frankie Monet, doing the damn thing in NXT. I know that's the name that she chose, and people are gonna hate. Hate is gonna hate, ball is gonna ball, but I ain't feeling on no booty. It's one of those things when it comes to Frankie Monet. We're gonna see her doing her thing, put her in there with Io, put her in there against Raquel Gonzalez. Just give me some Frankie Monet.
I've got used to her new name pretty much straight away. She pulled it off.
Yeah, it works.
Because it's such a high maintenance type of name, so I was like, yeah, that definitely works for her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I mean, I completely forgot about the Maurice and Miz segment from Raw, when Damian Priest starts speaking Spanish, so Maurice starts speaking French.
What cracked me up about it, did you see Miz? He goes, yeah,
French.
That's French. I died. I
Wow.
laughed. It's funny. It was funny.
Now, we spoke about Zoe Stark being the jobber of NXT. The only person she's beat really is Toni Storm.
It's terrible.
Yeah, poor Toni. But, so, they advertised the debut of Sarai. We've already got Shirai and Sarai. Jesus. Saray's debut.
But I know that was her name in Japan, but it's like, come on, like...
Yeah.
Killing me.
I mean, obviously, she's going to win her debut match. Then they announce her opponent is Zoe Stark, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, she's definitely winning. Poor Zoe Stark, because of course.
The quality jobber, you go on out there, you put on a decent show.
Yeah. We can't...
That's like Fabian Eichner was for a while.
Yes. Now, I will say this about Zoe Stark, the former Lacey Ryan and future stars of wrestling, married to Tom Howard of UPW. Man, when it comes to her, I think she's a talented son of a gun. Like you said, the only win she has is over Toni Storm.
Who did she beat in her debut match?
Who, Toni Storm or Zoe Stark?
Zoe Stark. Because she won that one too, and then she lost everyone since, apart from the Toni Storm match.
I think that was just a enhancement talent on NXT. It was one of the girls that's at the Performance Center. I forgot her name.
Oh, she must be in the shits. Enhancement talent losing to enhancement talent.
You know what it is too. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, keep her in the mix. But every time I look at Zoe Stark, and I'm just like, okay. It doesn't make me go ooh ah. I'm just like, okay. Mercedes Martinez makes me go ooh ah. but like she doesn't do nothing for me, Zoe Stark. ZS doesn't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Not with Zoe. I ain't talking about Zoe 101. I ain't talking about Zoe on Sesame Street. I'm just talking about Zoe Stark.
Well, we're obviously not through with Zoe Stark and Toni Storm yet because Tony attacked her after the match.
Why? Why are they doing this to my girl? I love me some Toni Storm, former NXT UK Women's Champion. She should be the NXT Women's Champion, but now you got in her a feud with the youngin.
I mean, yeah, she should have won the women's title. Hopefully she goes from this to feuding with Raquel after the eminent, obvious breakup of Raquel and Dakota Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm planting any seeds there, it's just the writings on the wall.
No, like they didn't, it wasn't blatantly fucking obvious. When she's just like, we're not done talking, and then fucking, I'm just like, okay, well, first off, that was annoying. And then Raquel's looking at her like, I can squash you right now if you don't shut the fuck up.
I mean, they also kind of addressed it when Dakota was like, oh, really? You trying to plant some seeds there?
Oh, yeah, you're trying to plant some seeds? And she's like, well, you are kind of being a bitch. So.
I mean, she has kind of taken your spot.
Yeah, I mean, which begs the question to me, like, is this, like, the way for, like, Raquel to be face? Like, she's going to beat the crap out of her, and now she looks like a face because she's a dork heel?
I kind of hope so, because we're really short on face champions in WWE.
Yeah, that's true, though. But she would have gone from, like, a heel to, like, 3 weeks later I'm a face. But, hey, it is what it is.
Out of the two of them, I would rather see Raquel turn face, because Dakota's killing it as a heel.
Yeah. She should just stay heel.
Even though she had a 1 hour goddamn title reign.
Yeah. I mean,
but it doesn't matter that you're supposed to forget things.
Yeah. Dakota Kai was nice and all sweet as a face, but she's so badass as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
It needed to happen. She needed the change of scenery because she was just floundering as a babyface, and then you turn her heel. She scrunches up her face. She kicks. Yakuza kick. Tegan knocks in the face, and it was wonders.
Team kick?
Team kick.
As for... Oh, wait a minute. We do have a face champion, Kashida.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There was me thinking we only had Bianca Belair last week. Yeah, Kashida is...
So hold on. Why? Why change this aspect of Kashida? Why take away the shorts and make him look like an MMA fucking, like, all he did his entire life was fight fucking mixed martial arts?
I think they want him to be more serious and less Marty McFly as champion.
But that's his gimmick, bro.
Yeah, I know. He's been doing it. He's been doing it for years.
I mean, he's got these dumbass trunks that say time splitter on his ass.
Yeah.
And he's got his fucking feet taped. Drove me bananas.
Like people were saying a couple of months ago, why is he dressed like Marty McFly? that's he's been doing that for years. It's his gimmick.
I was like, dude, that was like forever, bro. Forever. But whatever.
Forever?
Look, Wrestle Kingdom, full on Back to the Future cosplay.
I was like, I think you can go as far back as like 9 or 10 even.
Yes, I think it was 9.
Like, yeah, I think that was like the debut. Not even the debut of it, but...
the first Wrestle Kingdom I watched was Wrestle Kingdom 9, and I remember there being a Back to the Future gimmick. I thought, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Because it was so unexpected.
We were right there with you, starting with the Wrestle Kingdom, Daz. And the thing, too, is also you got to understand the Fanaroonies nowadays don't even know that he was in New Japan and did that gimmick for years. They don't know that.
Right. Exactly. But open challenge for the Cruiserweight Championship, because unlike Sheamus, Kushida will defend the championship in an open challenge. Answered by Oni Lockin. Great match, but the champion retains before Legado del Fantasma attack and MSK even the odds. Nice little brawl.
Mm-hmm. The marijuana smoking kids out there in lime-ass green shirts on 420. A little surprising. It's not, but it is.
It's interesting to see Oni going after the Cruiserweight title while Danny Burch is injured.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, Oni has had some Cruiserweight title bouts. He had some great matches with Gulak. But, I'm cool with it. If we get more Kushida and Orty Lorcan, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Let them beat the crap out of each other. I mean, freaking Kashida ate those chops like... He was just like, bro, I used to fight a guy named Ishii, okay? Come fuck with me on that level.
It's funny, Mike. You mentioned Everrise being on 205 last week, and all of a sudden now they're back on NXT. We get the Walmart Young Bucks.
Fat Jackson and not Nick.
Yes.
When it comes to Everrise, they have potential, but every time I look at them, I'm just like, no, you guys are just J-Browns.
Yeah, Walmart Young Bucks.
Yep.
Of course, they get mollywopped by Imperium.
Of course they do. I can't look at those guys. We're going to Chase Parker and the other guy. I can't remember the other guy's name. The big one that looks like Matt Jackson. Martel or something like that. Anyway, when it comes to those two, absolutely getting mollywopped by Imperium. Rightfully so. You got Eichner and you got Bartel, and you got every one of Imperium just absolutely dominating, doing what they do. And my goodness gracious, is Killian Dane joining Imperium?
I mean, Imperium seems to have replaced... Well, they filled the void left behind by the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
As the dominant faction on NXT.
Well, when it comes to Killian Dane and the whole Drake Maverick thing, and Drake Maverick asking, "Hi, you joining Imperium?" And I'm like, "Well, it looks like it there, Drake. You know, with your marbles in your mouth." And I love me some Drake Maverick. Goddamn. So that's what he said. He's like, "Hi, you joining Imperium?" And I'm like, "All right, man. Goddamn. He's pissed off, little son of a gun. He's got the chutzpah. This young Drake Maverick." But anyway, I digress.
Oh, God, there's a cool new entrance music and everything.
That right there. So when it comes to that, I'm okay if Killian Dane joins because, I mean, you got badass Alexander Wolf. There's a tie-in from when they were Insanity together. You know what I'm saying? It adds the big hoss, if you will, to quote you, Mr. Moses Marquez, the big hoss to Imperium.
And honestly, I don't think Dane's going to join him. And if he did, I would feel bad for Drake because it took them so long to get on the same page.
Can you do it one more time? What do they give him?
Oh, God, new entrance music and everything. Are you joining Imperium?
Yes.
Bromai. At the start of the show on NXT, Kyle O'Reilly kind of developed a feud with Cameron Grimes, which was settled in the main event.
My lord, no, don't overshadow this. Who in the fuck let Kyle just binge watch Jim Carrey? Because fuck, man, I don't need you to try this hard, okay, to be a fucking promo. It was hard to watch. Cameron Grimes saved this segment. Saved it.
Yeah, and of course,
you want to know how he saved it? Because he's just so fucking great. He's just so great. He's just like, I got to look for my opponent. And Kyle's all looking around. And you know what Cameron Grimes does? Unsolicitedly offers his assistance as the greatest manager I've ever fucking seen in 30 seconds, as he's just like Carnival ringing in people. Do you want to fight Kyle O'Reilly? He'll take you on tonight. Do you want a piece? He's just calling out every geek in the crowd, and then he sucker punches him. Like, you dweeb. This guy is the greatest freaking management you've ever had.
Better than Ted DiBiase.
That damn Ted DiBiase.
Kyle also got
so
some
hard
shit for kind of looking like Orange Cassidy.
I don't really care about, he's Canadian. I already figured he was gonna have the Canadian tuck. Well, no, he's not Canadian. He's like, isn't he Canadian?
Who, Kyle?
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm gonna go to. I don't know, man. I don't give a damn if he's Canadian or not. I just like Kyle O'Reilly for Kyle O'Reilly.
I don't know. He fucks around with the Canadian tuxedo is my gimmick, but I mean, who cares?
He is Canadian. Wait, he is Canadian. Yeah, he's from Delta, Canada.
There you go. Canadian tuxedo. It's the rig. It's not fucking Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Orange Cassidy is from New Jersey.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the fact that I hated the fact that everybody was comparing him to it, and he's like, "Ooh, he's a dollar store Orange Cassidy." Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, except Orange Cassidy never talked. He never talked for ever, and then all of a sudden he would say stupid one-line shits. No, this was just a wannabe Jim Carrey, and he just so happened to wear a Canadian tuxedo. Get over it.
Also, it wasn't the same color. So
yes,
you can't really call it double denim if it's not the same color.
I'm just saying. People just need to shut up. You know what I'm saying? They could fuck off, come back, fuck off again.
Like Triple H didn't wear a denim jacket with sunglasses 20 years ago.
Oh my god! And he had a T-shirt that's
a denim jacket with a leather jacket kind of ripped. That was cool.
There you go. I was going to say the didn't check it. Yeah, you're right.
Well, he was attacking the Undertaker in the parking lot with that. That was the badass shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, 2001 Triple H was badass as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made me like himself then. Like fucking guy.
And then 2003 happened.
I will have memories of how bad Scott Steiner was for 2 pay-per-views, but it gave us 2 badass songs and Trust Company falling apart and Evanescence Bring Me to Life. That's the only thing I want to remember.
Every pay-per-view theme in 2003 kicked ass.
Yes, it did.
But the big topic for the main event wasn't really Cameron Grimes or the Orange Cassidy apparent lookalike. It was O'Reilly kind of getting a little tease from Cross. I mean, are you guys down for this, or do you want to see the NXT main event scene freshen up? I mean, Kyle already lost both challenges against Balor.
My point, here's my gimmick with this whole thing, because I was talking with Rob Davis the whole time about this thing. It's like, I don't mind it, but my whole, if he's not going to win it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
You're at a point right now where it's either you're going to push Kyle as a champion, or he's just going to be a guy that flounders in the mid-card. So, I mean, I would say just tease it, because, like I said, unless Cross is already just like, oh, hey, McMahon has to have you up there, there's no reason of taking this thing off 2 weeks after he's won it.
Yeah, I really want him to hold off on it, because Kyle kind of needs the rub, but at the same time, I don't want to see Cross as a transitional champion when he didn't even have it for 24 hours the first time.
Exactly. I mean, what's the next big pay-per-view after SummerSlam? What was that, Survivor Series?
Oh, friggin' WrestleMania Unforgiven, whatever.
WrestleMania Backlash.
No. Like,
after
I know
SummerSlam, I think
SummerSlam is the
Clash?
next big one, right?
Yeah, then it's something else after that. Then there's like Hell in a Cell around there, and then there's Survivor Series.
So,
or the Clash Champions.
Whenever they end up doing like whatever they do towards like September, October, if they decide they want to do like Halloween Havoc again, if Kyle O'Reilly is still, in the main event title picture and you want to have him and Cross go at it, finally you want to build that tension, you want to make a real fucking storyline out of shit, you want to build it forever, I'm down for that. But if he fucking gets it, the only way this story makes sense is if Kyle wins the belt.
Yeah.
Stop having this dude lose. You're building dudes up to fucking lose, and it's annoying.
That's my thing too, is because like you guys have been saying, like I know if he's going to go against him, he's going to lose, because you don't want Cross as a transitional champ. It's going to be good, but it's like how many times are we going to have good matches and then the dude loses?
Thank you.
But also from a stance too, I want to ask you guys, because this was kind of a hot topic, if you will, on social media, both putting up pictures of one another, Karrion Kross and John Cena.
Do it. I want to see fucking John Cena just get thrown around like he did by Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Cena is he's barely even part-time now, so he doesn't really have a problem putting people over.
I make too many movies and they don't want me to get hurt.
Yeah, which is fair enough. I mean, he's paid his dues.
Exactly.
I also apologize because Cross did hold it for more than 24 hours. I forget NXT is a couple of days after a takeover, so it was like 3 days.
But the point is, I don't want to watch this cat for a champ for 4 shows and then we got a new champ. Like, is this guy not supposed to be a mainstay?
Yeah, but I can definitely see Vince wanting him on the main roster just because he looks badass. But Vince don't know nothing about him. He looks
the part and he's got a hot lady?
Yeah.
There you go.
Vince kind of turns into Randy.
SummerSlam.
Vince kind of turns into Randy Orton going to Triple H. Who's the bald guy with a blonde lady?
I really like the blonde lady. But we gotta bring up the big bald guy.
That was the best part for Orton for me on Raw, like we were talking about before Moses came on. It's just like, who's that blonde dude?
Yeah. Who's the blonde kid wears no shoes?
By working as a team, 4 people have the chance to become the knowledge champion. There's just one thing standing in their way.
I am the current reigning Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion.
The chase is on.
Which of these was not the name of a WWE In Your House pay-per-view? Of the Dudley Boys trio in WWE, who is the oldest? Roderick Strong,
wrestled what future world champion at TNA Unbreakable 2005? Who did Brock Lesnar defeat to become 2002 King of the Ring? Which of these TNA/Impact championships was introduced first?
I'm going to say the Legends Championship.
Correct, Phoenix.
Third ever two-time Knowledge Champion.
I'll accept that.
The Iron Bank has finally been successfully cashed in. Three-time Knowledge Champion, Mike Larkin.
Question 1. Are you ready for Mike Larkin? Max Wrestling presents Trivia Takeover 6 Mortal Conflict, June 24th. Go to maxwrestling.net/takeover6 for more information.
This is Max Wrestling, and if you prefer your podcast in audio form only, we are on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and Cashbox.
I can't yell it as much this week, but Cashbox.
Aw.
I know. I'm freaking stuffy and shit, and I don't want to lose my voice. So next week when I'm feeling better, I'm going to cast Bizox your ass.
Also, I guess Travis is going to be a little bit rough listening to this, so you don't really want to yell down his ear.
Hey, man, first and foremost, I love Mr. Travis the Walker Anderson. He's my broski. He's my friggin' fellow Carolina Reaper. I'm bringing that back. I want to see him well. He had a good time. He's allowed to have a good time with everything that he's going through, so let him have his good time. We all need to have a good time in this thing that we call life, baby. Here's some motivation.
I just love the fact that it was like, it's the first time we have kids, been without kids, and immediately just get hammered drunk. I'm like, that's what all parents do.
Yeah.
Now, you see Tony Khan pays Impact to plug AEW. Well, we are much more generous than Impact because we give Bold Prediction Wrestling free publicity on the show every week. And that's one of the many things that makes Max Wrestling so much better. There's other things which I'll get to in a moment, but first of all, sometimes we do get along, as you hopefully saw in the debut of Open Road this past week with Chad and myself in a little car journey.
Hilarious.
Wait, hold on. Stop talking about Open Road for a second. I gotta tell you something, man. It's not even Open Road anymore. It's just Sorry Mike, because y'all got some things to say about you.
Every time I turn around, so sorry. Wait.
This is
Classic,
true.
though.
And that was only part one. We did film a lot more, but it was so long I had to cut it into two parts. So look out for part 2 in the coming days. And hopefully we got some more on the way soon.
Beautiful.
Phoenix shows up in part 2 too. For like 3 minutes. because a little spoiler, I thought I pressed record just before we got into the back seat, but I didn't. So we were traveling down the road, and then Chad all of a sudden says, "You know that's not recording, right?" Ah, son of a bitch. So
the Max Wrestling version of the Wolverine.
Yeah. So Rebellion predictions are this week, and this is a big one because we're up against that pissant show Bold Predictions on this.
Man, here's what I'm up against. I'm going to say this right now because you're just going to get me all bowed up in my end. Well, Travis has bowed up. I'm going to get upset. I'm going to get revved up is what's going to happen. I'm going to get revved up. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Ryan S. and Ryan T., man, I'm watching RSquared doing their thing. They got Ryan and Ryan coming up, you know what I'm saying, with their debut show. I look at it from a stance, too. We got two dudes dressing up, looking like two dudes about to spike the punch at the prom. And I'm like, come on, man. They're talking about they got that drip, that Ric Flair drip, the RSquared drip. My goodness gracious, the two Utes, if you will, just come.
Every time you say Ryan and Ryan, I think of the what they called Waldorf and Statler in Muppets Christmas Carol. We're Ryan and Ryan.
Yeah. They're probably, well, I mean, those two, I mean, they're still youngins, but they're probably sitting up in the balcony, you know, doing what that Waldorf and Statler laugh. Yep.
Oh, those youngins.
Acting like a bunch of little piss ants, man. Good Lord. I mean, then we got Chad over here with his Bold Predictions hat, looking like a goddamn FedEx driver, looking like he wants to come deliver me a package, and then the whole shebang there, you know what I'm saying? I even said it. You'll hear it, man. I said it in the chat. I'll say it here. Looking like he's about to cut a goddamn fart. There I said a shark, you know what I'm saying? Getting all friggin', you know, with his face, calling me Brock Lesnar, with his stupid face, getting all scrunched up, thinking he's hot shit when he ain't.
Okay, well...
Hold on, man. And then here's the thing, too, that I got to say about the fact that he thinks he's, you know, hot shit and stuff. I'm going to say this right now. When it comes to Chad, Daz, I know you love you some Chinese food, and you can relate to this. When the son
I would
of a bitch
live
goes...
off Chinese food.
All right. Well, so when Chad goes to get himself... When Chad goes to get himself some Chinese, he orders off the poo-poo platter because he knows he's shit.
All right, well, let's clear a few things up then, shall we? This is a little video of how Bold Prediction is Max Wrestling Light. Well. The horsemen are in town. So the subject of today is to go through the differences between Max Wrestling and Bold Predictions. So, let's begin, shall we? On this educational journey of wrestling podcasts. Now then. Number one. Actually, that's a little bit long. Number one. Max Wrestling is hosted by a Wrexham native. Yours truly. Bold Prediction is hosted by a Wrexham native. Go figure. Point number two. Max Wrestling airs on Thursdays because it's Thursday, and you know what that means. And we have done so for maybe 2 years at least. Before that, we were on Saturday, then Sunday, then blah, blah, blah. But we air on Thursdays. Everybody knows we air on Thursdays. You know what else airs on Thursdays? Bold Prediction. Huh? Yeah. They took Thursday too. Now then, interesting point. Back in May of last year, Max Wrestling introduced the Predictions Championship. Beautiful, isn't it? Uh-huh. Now, do I really need to go over this one? Because it kind of speaks for itself. We have the Predictions Championship. Bold Prediction, that's the name of the show that they came up with, also have a Predictions Championship. You're welcome for the idea. Admittedly, Chad did give me a suggestion for the Predictions Championship, but we did it first. Now, point number 4. This is a good one. This is a real good one. The oldest championship on Max Wrestling is the Knowledge Championship. Look at that. It has been held by 10 different reigns. I think about 6 different people. Maybe 5. Mike Larkin, current Knowledge Champion, longest reigning Knowledge Champion, 3-time Knowledge Champion. Phoenix is also a 3-time Knowledge Champion. It originated in 2016 at Trivia Takeover. Little scoop that you found out on Open Road. Bold Prediction are coming up with a trivia-based championship called the Rivals Championship. Now that one was my idea. Knowledge. 5 years ago. Point number 5. Last year at Trivia Takeover, we introduced the Champion's Chase, which is now an annual tradition. Basically, we ripped off the chase. You know what Bold Predictions did? They ripped off Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Ripping off game shows. We invented that. Finally, Max Wrestling is the GOAT. Chad blows goats. Actually, that one shouldn't be in there. Anyway, you see where I'm going with this. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Bold Prediction introduced a promo championship. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Bold Mania. I wouldn't be surprised if you hire a hateful, abusive, egotistical, argumentative co-host that nobody wants to work with and you eventually have to kick him off the show. But I'll tell you one thing Max Wrestling has that Bold does not. Endorsements from these people.
Hey, this is Tommy Dreamer.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
This is the voice of Killer Cross.
Hey everybody, it's the interview queen, Alicia Atute here, and you are currently listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
What's up everybody, this is AJ Kirsch, and you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
This is the CEO of Shane Taylor Promotions and Ring of Honor superstar Shane Taylor, and you are listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
Hey yo, what up, it's Darby Allin.
And you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
Welcome to the Madhouse.
Giving you all your wrestling information to the extreme.
And right about now, we're about to take it to the max.
It's time to take it to the max.
It's time to take it to the max.
It's time to take it to the max.
And we're about to take it to the max.
Yep. Yep, we covered everything. So, this Sunday, Rebellion, the Predictions Championship, comes home to Max Wrestling and stays in Max Wrestling. Then, Double or Nothing, next month, we take your Predictions Championship. You know why? Because the world is ours. Oh, and one more thing. Over to Mike.
I am the current reigning Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion, former Promo Champion, former King of the Mic winner, former Promo Climax winner, former Max Wrestling Predictions Champion, soon to be Max Wrestling World Champion, and soon to be Bold Predictions Champion. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about Ryan and Ryan, the members of the Chuckle Fuck Express. Chugga 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 choo choo! And I'm talking about that FedEx driver Chad. Oh, Mr. Locken, sir, you have a package today. Well, thank you. Now bugger off and Oliver twist your ass out of here. Myself and Max have been in the game for 6 years, while you boys have been tinkering your equipment for months. I'm Mr. Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, Max Wrestling rising to prominence. Y'all a bunch of bitches, asses chapped, pissing your pants over and over again. You a bunch of boys, we a bunch of men. I'm the podcast machine. We got the Walker, the Talker, Luke Sky High Walker, because we a bunch of stars in this Thursday Night Wars. Travis Anderson, Moses Marquez, Mike Larkin, and leading the way, Double D, Dazzy Dangerously. If you want to use Max as a stepping stone, you better step hard. Bow down to greatness.
So you can thank Impact for having a pay-per-view this week because it meant we didn't spend as much time as we normally do going through Raw. Thank you, Impact. Woo! Thank you so much. Right then, 8 matches for Rebellion, and it's all on the line because we want to take our predictions title back. Well, we still got 2 hands on it, you know.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay. First up, let's go with Fire and Flavor defending the Knockouts tag team titles against Jordan Grace and TBD because she's lost her tag team partner, Jazz. Who can TBD be? Who's a free agent right now?
Chelsea.
Gail Kim, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you say Chelsea Green, but she surely has a no compete clause.
You know who it is? It's Evilise. No, I'm playing. So
terrible, terrible, sir. But I fucking love it.
That woman, oh my god, she doesn't understand why she's the problem. Like that girl, seriously, and I don't mean to stigmatize mental health because we all got it, we all deal with it. But that girl legit has issues. She legit has issues.
Mm-hmm.
I love how you say it's all about herself. I was like, hey, I know somebody else that was like that.
You know what I mean? So I mean, when it comes to Jordan Grace,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so when it comes to Jordan Grace and her mystery partner, I'm trying to think, like you said, who are some of the ladies?
Kim would be cool.
That would be for the nostalgia and the retro aspect. That'd be cool, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing more and more buzzes of her leaving, going to WWE.
Yeah, please
Jordan?
Don't do it, Jordan. Don't do it, Jordan.
Yeah, don't do it.
Well, I know why you don't want her to go, man. After that, I sent you that God is a woman post that she did, and you saw all that thickness.
No, I don't want to.
Trust me. I follow her on Instagram.
I don't want her to go because she'll be jobbing to Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
I have no idea who this TBD could be.
Taylor Wilde.
Oh, yeah, we've been talking about Taylor Wilde coming back. That'd be good, too. So, how many chances has Jordan Grace and Jazz had at the Knockout Tag Team title? Surely Jordan Grace has to win this time.
I don't know, man.
Well, I love the continuity of that, too, if it is Taylor Wilde, because her and Sarita were the first ever Knockout Tag Team champions.
This is true. I always forget Sarita had a different tag team partner.
Well, this is before her and Rosita, a.k.a. it's in a bigger tag team.
I gotta go with Jordan and TBD. I mean, Fire and Flavor have had a good run.
You're not wrong. But I'm with you. It's like the EO thing all over again.
Yes.
It's like when you think it's time for her to finally win it, we're gonna get fucked. God damn it. Fuck it. I'm going down with the ship with Daz. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, Jordan Grace and TBD.
Mike?
So, I mean, if we have Taylor Wilde come in with Jordan Grace as her tag team partner, I could see Taylor Wilde taking the pin to help these young whippersnappers, these youngins, and Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, Fire and Flavor, who've been absolutely killing it, really establish them as the team to beat. So, much like Travis the Walker Anderson is probably going to pick this team as well. I will also be on Team Travis with this one because I do enjoy them as well. I'm going to say Fire and Flavor retain those tag team championships.
Okay, when is Jordan Grace's contract actually up?
I think in a couple of months, the summer.
Okay then. That kind of changes things.
You want to switch that right up there, That's dangerously? And Moses?
I don't know, because like Moses said, it's like the Io Shirai thing. I'm finally going to pick Fire and Flavor and they'll fucking lose.
Right? Like, it's too iffy for me. But I mean, my whole gimmick is like, is a fucking tag title really going to convince you to fucking not go?
Yeah.
Like, be honest with me. Yeah, like, maybe like a Knockouts title reign? Okay, yeah, I'll hang out. But,
this is when it expires. Hold on.
See, there should be a website you can go to where you can see exactly when somebody's contract expires.
God damn you, Dave Meltzer, just start posting this shit.
Okay, so her contract looks to be done in May.
Okay, yeah, I'm switching to Fire and Flavor.
Same.
so hold on, let me go back to that just because we got to laugh about this. All right, so at the latest with SC Scoops, if you will. So the first paragraph of the interview is about Jordan Grace on how she signed with Impact, Scott Steiner Backlash. Jordan Grace then admitted that she honestly has no idea what will happen when her contract with the company expires and everything on the situation. So she said, my contract with Impact is up in May. I have no idea. I can't foresee the future. And who knows who's going to offer me something. I'm going to stay here. I truly have no idea.
Yeah, Fire and Flavor.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That was a quick switch, gentlemen.
Thank you, SC Scoops. Saving
bro, tell me that you got a fucking month left on your contract, and again, it's fucking tag titles. The women's tag titles are not exactly like enticing to me. I mean, unless she's gonna sign something soon, it's fine. I'll take that L if it ends up being that case.
Yeah, I mean, people tend not to re-sign with Impact when their contract expires.
Mm-hmm. Go test the waters.
I am case in point, Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the guy just fucking hit Dynamite all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What is with Ethan Page, man? He leaves Impact and goes from teaming with Josh Alexander in the North, which was amazing, and now he's with Scorpio Sky.
Mm-hmm. And that Karate Man stuff really sucked. I don't know.
Karate Man.
Okay. Chris Sabin, Eddie Edwards, James Storm, and Willie Mack versus the Hollywood Dudes. Violent by Design. Mickey Rourke, Christian Bale. Who else we got? Woody Harrelson,
Rhino,
and Steven Seagal.
Did you just make Rhino Steven Seagal?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yes, I love it.
I can't look at Steven Seagal the same now.
No, I can look at him in the greatest new light ever.
I hate you both for that. Oh my god, I'm gonna start laughing about that.
It's fantastic.
All right, looking at this one. James Storm really hasn't had that many wins since he came back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's teamed with Sabin a few times, and they keep losing, particularly to Violent by Design, so I don't think anybody's contract is coming up in this one, so I think I'm going to stick with my gut and go Violent by Design taking an L for once.
Yeah, it's necessary. James Storm I thought this guy was like a staple in Impact Wrestling. He's just fucking losing. So, yeah, get this guy a W.
Mike?
I will go with Team Sabin. Hail Sabin.
Hail Sabin.
Whoa.
That was his theme, man, back in the day. Hail Sabin, man. He had the Future Shock in it. That's the thing about him. He goes from X Division. The only thing I will say about Chris Sabin's run in Impact that I still will forget is the fact that he beat Bully Ray for the title, and the fact that the reign lasted 3 weeks and it was the absolute drizzle and shits.
Yeah. Oh, that was awful.
Well, that sucks.
That was so bad.
And then he was feuding with Velvet Sky as a heel, his own damn girlfriend. And then he brought in the woman who would become what's her face, Jazzy Gabbard in NXT UK. And oh my god, that was a brief run for Jazzy Gabbard in NXT UK.
Ain't it funny that he dropped the TNA title to Bully Ray and Velvet Sky?
Yeah, that they did.
Wow. Okay, this one I'm fairly more confident with. Ace Austin defending the X Division title against Josh Alexander and TJP. It's another triple threat match. Remember when Hulk Hogan came in and they made all X Division matches triple threats?
Yes.
It's kind of like they've done that again. But
Hogan's back.
We've gone back to what, 2012, 2013 with that?
Oh boy, yeah, 2010.
Maybe, yeah. Well, that's when they brought in when Tony Nese wrestled there in one of the triple threats. They brought in Trent Beretta, but he wrestled under his real name of Greg, whatever the hell his last name is pronounced. And it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, you brought a lot of people in back for that. They brought Jimmy Wang Yang back for that.
You gotta say his name right, Mike.
What?
Trent?
Yeah, Trent?
There's a question mark on Trent.
With
Trent?
upward inflection?
Yes. I'm Ron Burgundy?
There you go.
Or as I call it, the Bella inflection.
Like, damn it. Who put a freaking question mark on the teleprompter? He reads everything on the teleprompter.
That reminds me, how could you say that wrong with your poop mouth?
Yeah, your poop mouth.
I'm pretty confident in an Ace Austin retain. He hasn't been champion again for that long. But I do see them pushing Josh Alexander a little bit more in the future.
There's a guy who's fucking blind going into this goddamn product. I always want to go with like a champion to retain, but when there's a nerd like TJP in there that I know that they use to money grab people, it makes me lean that way. But I mean, Ace Austin hasn't had the belt for a while, hasn't had it too long. I feel like the only real title that might change is going to be the main event title. So, yeah, no, Ace returns. Retains.
Well, we're definitely going to change in the main event either way. Mike?
Oh, yeah.
I got to go Ace Austin, man. He looks like something like a ripoff of Now You See It, doing his magic tricks, the whole nine, man. So I got to go with Ace Austin to retain. He's going to hit him with the one true ace, man. That rolling, that friggin' running blockbuster that he does that I love. You know, the fold that I think is absolutely sweet. So I got to go with Ace Austin.
Yeah, hey, we're doing very well so far. All the same predictions, and then Travis is going to come in after the show and change them all up.
First of all, I don't like TJP, so I don't want to see TJP win. I like Josh Alexander, but I think it's too soon. No, you know why I hate TJP.
I know
what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just is he infuriates me too with his Filipino ass. So yeah.
All right, Matt Cardona versus Brian Myers.
Oh, my boys!
Oh, fucking hell!
My boys! You know, I would represent. Yo, man, I just had this conversation with Dickie Rods on the latest On the Mic with Mike. I'll plug that later in the show. But god dang, man, as someone who's worked with them, friggin' Myers and Matthews coming out to the Backstreet Boys, It's Gotta Be You, being managed by Prince Charles. Years later, starting at the Deer Park Community Center in 2003, we on Impact, finally getting a one-on-one between these two. I am excited for Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. Do I hate the story? Yes. Do I like that they're wrestling each other? Yes. So yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, who's your pick?
I was like, yeah, same thing. What the fuck, bro?
It pains me because I like both of them, man. You got Brian Myers, the Prince of Queens, you know what I'm saying? And then we got friggin' Matt Cardona over here. Oh, if I had to pick, just because Brian Myers has been getting the better of him, I think it's finally time that Cardona gets the dub over Brian Myers. So I'm going to go with always ready, Matt Cardona. Have you some Corona? My Sharona. I'm going with Cardona.
Well, don't have some Corona.
You know what Corona I'm talking about, not that Corona.
That was almost like a pre-show moment where Kayla asks JBL for his opinion, and he goes off on a tangent. And, okay, so who do you pick?
Yeah. That is true, man. When you get so hyped to seeing your boys from the LI doing the damn thing, and just like I said, for those guys that have been working their butts off. I was there at the final NYWC show before they got, but when they signed with WWE, before they came onto TV as the Major Brothers. Like NYWC put together this amazing tribute video. I got to send it to you guys. It's actually really cool. So yeah, it's a thing, man. It's a thing. Got to go up to Long Island.
I have a very good reason for picking Matt Cardona, and it's got nothing to do with the storyline.
Is it Chelsea Green?
No. Well, kind of.
So, is it the pool, bro? Is it the pool, bro?
I think Vince Russo was really having a good time celebrating 420 the other day because he seems to think Chelsea Green got fired because Matt Cardona wouldn't let WWE use his pool.
Wow. Okay, I started to laugh, and then the reality snap. I beg your pardon? What the fuck? Dude, Vince Russo, just fuck the hell off, pal. Why are you still relevant in the wrestling world? Go to hell.
Bro.
Go to hell.
No, I'm not even going to satisfy the bro. Fuck out of here. You fucking dweeb.
Yeah. So, just for that amazing story, I'm picking Matt Cardona.
I mean, that's a hell of a reason to pick somebody. But
I had to double check that it wasn't on Kayfabe News.
I mean, fucking hell. This guy's on and off been on Impact, or has he been a mainstay?
He's been a mainstay, pretty much.
Because I remember the last time I really remember him, we were fighting for a contract for him or something like that. I think somebody was.
Wait, that was Heath Slater.
Oh well, see. Fucking tells you how much I remember about Impact.
He's got his contract, he just can't work until he's cleared.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'm gonna go with the fucking Chelsea Green factor. I mean, hell, might as well bring her fucking back because they didn't use her in WWE, and they got a hell of a lot of use out of her in Impact, and hell, that might be Homegirl's fucking tag partner. Now that I think about it,
I still think there's a no compete clause for 60, maybe 90 days.
Fuck that shit. Show up and do your thing. What are they gonna do? They're gonna take your fucking 1 week paycheck?
She has apparently filed for trademarks for Chelsea Green and Hot Mess, so I think it's pretty safe to say she's coming back to Impact.
Smart girl.
Fuck it. Give me a Matt Cardona win. You know, Brian Myers makes me mad anyway.
Yeah.
Why is Brian Myers making mad?
He just
you're in my company.
I just remember him from the Grimm days, and I was like, you're such a dick.
You mean Grimm's Toy Show days?
Yeah, I still fucking watch that thing.
I love you for that, man. When they were going at Creative Pro, Bronson was in that, a young MJF. Moses Marquez, I have a new appreciation for your YouTube love, brother.
Okay, can I just be real honest and like the no judgmental here? That is the first like wrestling YouTube dude I found, and then I got embarrassed because I was like, dude, you're a fucking toy guy.
What's very
And then
true.
I was like, what's the deal with these fucking toys? And then I was like, and then he fucking bought a ring, and I was like, you could buy a ring? And then like, yeah, my life got taken over.
No, see, Moses has a taste. The only problem that I have with Grimm, and I think he does a great job with this channel, is that son of a bitch is from New Jersey. He is from the human cesspool that is New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z. I can't fuck with it. As a New York. Yep, as a New Yorker, I can't mess with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the E-I-E-I-O, what's popping tonight. I'm a sucker for corn rolls and manicured toes. What? Nelly Country Grammar. When it comes to E.I. East Islip, man, you are in God's country. Much like I am in the secondary God's country of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I am like Denzel Washington in Training Day. They put out the dubs for me. Boom. Next match.
All right, next match. Mike, give me this one. Trey Miguel, Sami Callihan, last man standing.
Can I just say we got Mini Cody coming out here doing his damn thing with blonde hair, just doing like you just don't care. And if you hate New York and you're down with Manchester, somebody say, oh yeah, I feel like Spanky McSkrell raping his dog John Cena 2003. I digress. When it comes to Trey Miguel, you know what I'm saying? He's doing his solo thing. He's going against Sami Callihan. They got their thing going on, but if I had to pick between the two, I think it's going to be a good match. I got to go with Sami Callihan. Give him that pile driver. Give him that cactus special. Dude is down for the 10 count. Sami Callihan gets the dub.
Okay. So no redemption for Mini Cody.
Nah, fuck Mini Cody, man.
Well, you see this is last man standing?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God. That poor fucking Trey Miguel's gonna die.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
Okay,
turn on Impact.
Mr. Boys in the Hood over there, Dazzy dangerously taking it back to 91. I see you, bro. I see you.
Facts.
Yeah, anytime there's Sami Callihan involving weapons, like I feel he's gonna win.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Eddie. I'm gonna go with Sami Callihan.
Yeah, I think that's a full house for Sami Callihan on this one.
And here's the thing, I don't hate Trey Miguel. It's just every time he gets mad, I'm like, dude, you are a small little nugget. Not the good nugget like Owen Hart, but you are a small little nugget.
Yeah, I can kind of see him doing a thing. Obviously, this whole thing has been about Trey Miguel not apparently having enough passion. So I can see Sami Callihan kind of rubbing it in his face that he couldn't get to his feet because he got no passion.
And it continues to... And then what you could do is you could continue that until Slammiversary, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. All right. What we got next? Finn Juice versus the Good Brothers rematch for the Impact World titles. I kind of feel like Finn Juice have served their purpose now. It was basically to get the Impact World Tag Team titles in Japan, but I can see them dropping them back now.
Yep. As you see, the Elite is full force. They're back. It's time to give them all the gold again and make this the American version of how they were in the Bullet Club.
Yeah, especially if the main event goes the way we maybe think it's going to go. Mike?
Oh, man. It's one of those things, too. It's like, going back to Brian Myers, it's like when they had that terrible GFW invasion, and you had him and Trevor Lee, what?
Oh, the GFW invasion.
I know. It's when him and Trevor Lee won the tag titles beating the Wolves, and then they lost it like a week or two later. I look at it from a stance too, like Finn Juice, you guys said served the purpose. They got it over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think it's going to be a great tag bout, but I see the Good Brothers getting it back. Magic Killer 1, 2, 3, new tag champs.
Yeah. That leaves us with 2 matches. Now, this one I'm a little bit torn on. Deonna Purrazzo defending the Knockouts title against Tenille Dashwood with Caleb with a K.
Which I think this is the first time like they've ever crossed paths. I mean, I would say Women of Honor when they were in Ring of Honor together, but I don't think it ever happened. I think this is the first time ever we're going to see these two wrestle. They might have wrestled on Independent, but I don't remember.
Yeah, no idea. So Deonna is pretty much a force to be reckoned with in Impact. She's run over everybody. But there's a little part of me that thinks maybe they're giving a rub to Neil. At the same time, this is heel versus heel, so I don't know. I'm leaning more towards Deonna because I just don't know who the hell's going to take the title off her.
I'm with you, but at the same time, it's like she's had this thing for a hot minute.
Yes.
So,
well, she beat she beat what's her face back. She beat Su Yung back. She's a 2-time knockout champion.
Yeah, she's had it on and off for almost a year now. But she's killing it.
She is. There's no denying this. Yeah, she'll retain. Fuck. I really wanted to think that it's like, time to just give it over to Tennille Dashwood. This is the time to get the rub, help build the star, the whole gimmick. But it's like, I think she's established enough in Impact. So, fuck it. She don't have to win now. She can win later.
Yeah, they kind of have to take Tennille a little bit more seriously to put a title on her because she's kind of... Her head's a little spacey when you see her on Impact. To put it lightly. Mike?
Well, my biggest thing, though, is just, I think they've built her up to be that, unbeatable, woman. It's going to take somebody, of an upper echelon, kind of competitor, if you will, if I want to get in the sports realm, to beat her. So it's going to take somebody that's, I'm thinking, probably going to be new or returning.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green. There you go. I'm all over.
Mike, do you concur?
Well, I concur with what he was saying, that it has to be an upper echelon talent. I mean, you have someone with such stature and the staple that is Deonna Purrazzo, building her up. She's the virtuosa. So I got to say, whether it be an armbar, whether it be a Cosa Nostra, whether it be the Queen's Gambit, I see Deonna Purrazzo taking the dub and retaining that Knockouts Championship over to Neil Dashwood. Deonna Purrazzo.
Okay, it is still a full house all the way through. This brings us to the main event, title for title. Rich Swann defending the Impact title. Kenny by God Omega defending the world title. It feels big. I mean, it is big. It's 2 world titles from different companies up against each other. Has this ever happened before?
Yes.
I mean, not counting WCW because WWE obviously bought them.
But no, yeah, WCW and New Japan.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ric Flair, and fucking not Inoki. No, I want to say him and no. Oh my lord! It's like early 90s. It's like 91, 92, something like that. And it was the WCW title against the New Japan title, and he actually lost it and then went back and won it back.
Nice. Okay.
Who was that fucking against? It's gonna rack my brain.
A nice little bit of retro. Okay, well, while we're thinking, Mike, who's your pick?
Got it. Hold on. Is it it's the Super Show one from 91, right?
I believe so.
Right, let me go to the he got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Tatsumi Fujinami.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, it was there you go. It was Fujinami. But was it? But I don't think that was that title. Yeah, it was because it was the NWA title at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he got inducted in 2015 by Flair, and he's now like an ambassador for WWE in Japan.
That's right.
We're also saying, has this ever happened before? We're forgetting about Impact and GFW, but we're not really counting that either because it was the drizzling shit.
Talking real wrestling.
Yeah.
No.
We're talking about a real company.
Yeah, it's not like in GFW when they had friggin' Christina Von Eerie come in with the GFW women's title, wins a match, and then loses it to Sienna right away. No, we're not talking about that.
Well, okay, if you want to get technical and continue to the retrospect of the retro, there was plenty of it back in the back in the late 80s. Like I believe it was like Kerry Von Erich. He had, I want to say it was, I think he was actually NWA champion at one point. He went and took on Jerry Lawler for the AWA championship.
Yes.
I think that one ended up going to a 60-minute draw. No, it was a ref stoppage because fucking goddamn Kerry Von Erich just started fucking bleeding like a son of a gun. And I'm just like, let him fight, you son of a bitch. The whole rest of that show sucked, by the way.
Speaking of Kerry Von Erich, who's the blonde kid? Wears no shoes.
He's got that Kerry Von. I mean, Matt Riddle.
All right. The odds would say, logic would say, Kenny Omega retains the AEW title and wins the Impact title.
Mm-hmm.
But is there a slim chance of Rich Swann winning?
I say fuck no. I literally, because I feel like this is what we wanted. Like if take New Japan or take everything right now and go back to 2016. This is everything we wanted. We wanted Kenny and the Bullet Club to run the wrestling world. We wanted them to be WWE champion, Impact champion, GCW champion, PWG champion. Fucking who else can we think of? They wanted every belt, and they wanted to be the Ultimo Dragons of the professional wrestling world. Every single one of the fuckers. And now is the time to really do it. And you're going to do it here in the States because you're going to get Impact involved. When AAA is able to run shows again, they're going to get back involved. You know, there's other promotions. Maybe fucking PWG comes back. Maybe they get a fucking spot in now. Maybe all of a sudden, you know, Excalibur's a heel dude. You know, there's so many possibilities to this, but it has to start now.
I do think it would kind of be funny, though, if everybody in the Elite had belts except for Kenny Omega. But yeah.
It would be fun.
I mean, Omega showing up on Dynamite with the Impact World title would be great.
Absolutely.
And then I kind of want to see Moose show up on Dynamite.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I want. Don't get me wrong. Love Rich Swann. But, like, dude, that's what I want right there. I want Moose versus Kenny Omega. I want a big old Haas motherfucker from Impact coming into AEW. Not some fucking dweeb. Yeah, I pulled a Russo.
Yeah, also, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've said before, Swann's reign has been okay. But
it's been lackluster.
Yeah, nothing really special.
I ain't writing home about it.
All right, Mike, full house for Omega?
Oh, yeah, I hear the battle cry, man. I look at it also from a stance. I look at it from a stance, too. Man, we're going to get a good bout here, but I think Rich Swann's going to have some hope spots. I think he's going to come close, but something's going to happen. And Kenny, by God, Omega, I hate Don Callis. Kenny, by God, Omega wins.
All right, so all three of us have the same predictions for Rebellion. So, Travis, when you listen to this, don't you dare change one of them.
Don't you fucking dare. We're united, you son of a bitch.
We made some good picks, and I made you guys change your stats on Jordan Grace because of the fact that her contract expires in a month.
She added it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Rebellion. It is now time for the segment where we share some baffling IWC posts with you. This is Shit Mark Say.
It's still real to me, damn it!
First one up is EST used that hair and beat Sasha Banks. That referee refused to DQ that match because that hair is a weapon.
Was that person speaking Ebonics?
I believe so. But, okay, yes, the hair is a weapon, but I'm pretty sure any woman in wrestling can use their hair as a weapon. So
that is very true.
I mean, they pull it.
Yeah.
And they'll get in trouble for it. Fucking say
So, I mean, technically it's not really a weapon because it's part of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody posted that Seth Rollins is 10 times the wrestler Roman Reigns is. The comments are as follows. First of all, there's a comparison between Roman and Seth. Roman, 417 matches. Seth Rollins, 474. Roman's got more wins. Seth's got more losses. Blah, blah, blah. With the caption, with this, how is Seth better than Roman Reigns? Next comment. Someone who lost at WrestleMania is better than Roman Reigns, who pinned two guys at the same time. Just hear yourself. And then, of course, I come in with, he said better wrestler, not better booked to win all the time.
Thank you. I was just waiting for something to just like spark that. I was like, are you kidding me, you fucks?
My God, that took a friggin' left turn. Jesus.
Yes. It ain't all about winning and losing.
Not anymore, at least.
No. I love, again, we mentioned the Stone Cold documentary earlier. I loved it when he was talking about the Brock Lesnar situation. He was like, I'll put over any motherfucker as long as it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's his stance. That's always his stance. By the
And
way,
it didn't make sense for him to put over a fucking dude on a fucking televised show. He's just like, well, why not save it for pay-per-view?
Yep.
Because he's a businessman. He understands the business.
Absolutely.
By the way, Mr. Dazzy Dangerously, I see you tweeting Sam Roberts.
And he liked it. Yes. Somebody please, if you find that episode, we need it. I found it on Mixcloud, but it won't play. The file just won't open.
Yep.
So, if anybody has episode 224 of Stone Cold Unleashed with Sam fucking Roberts, we need it.
I'm going to have to look this up.
One of the best clips of also with Stone Cold was him talking about going to a vegan restaurant, which is the absolutely most hilarious thing ever with his wife. He's like, I don't give a fucking shit about this goddamn vegan restaurant. And then at the end, and then at the end he goes, hey, guys, anything for a blowjob? And I'm like, all right, going to vegan restaurants so he could get a BJ. All right, I see how it goes.
Boy.
Good boy. Stone Cold, he knows how the game is played.
There you go.
He gets it.
Trying to get a world-class blowjob from Mrs. fucking Austin. Good guy, Steve. Now then, don't miss our next special event on June 24th. It is Promo Mania Trivia Takeover. Trivia Takeover 6, Mortal Conflict. It's the return of the Champions Chase match as a team of 4 challengers, including Alex Dorio, LJ, Moses, and Bold Predictions Chad, take on the Knowledge Champion Mike, who actually, Mike, in 2 days' time will have held the Knowledge Championship for a combined 1,000 days.
Oh my goodness gracious, baby!
I mean,
I'm looking.
You didn't have much to tally it up to 1,000 after the second reign,
right?
I'll be honest with you. I feel like T-Pain and his T-Mix boot up. How many songs can you make about a booty like 1,000? I got 1,000 reigns combined, man. 1,000 days, excuse me. But goddamn, man, I look at it from a stance too. I got Moses up in the mix. I got LJ, who went toe to toe with me at the end of the Iron Bank last year. I got Alex Dorio, man. Hopefully, because you know what I'm saying. He's got that knowledge. And then we also got Chad. Who, by the way, let me say something about Chad. When it comes to knowledge and trivia, man, I'm just saying, you and Moses at the Iron Bank, first 2 eliminated. So what makes you think you can stand toe-to-toe with me, hey, V? But I look forward to the challenge. And I ain't no Brock Lesnar, you know what I'm saying? I put it on the big lights, the bright lights, the big city. I feel like CeeLo Green. But god dang, man, I've been defending this 9 times. You even chimed in, Dazzy Dangerously, 9 times a year. So stop your press.
Plus, the Phoenix has 2 titles to defend as he puts the Promo Championship on the line in Phoenix vs. Marquez Chapter 3. Yeah, boy. And Moni Lynn is his challenger for the World Championship. Can she become the 4th woman to win a Max Wrestling Championship? We shall see on June 24th. Go to maxwrestling.net/takeover6 for more information. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret, Mike, too.
Yeah.
Phoenix was contemplating challenging you for the Knowledge title this week so that you wouldn't make it to 1,000 days, but I guess he fell asleep and, he never got round to it.
Do I have to wait 3 weeks before he comes back?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm just going to wait till Trivia Takeover. Phoenix can just go to sleep. He could stay asleep. He could be, you know what he could do? Let me tell you about that skinny little shit with wings. When it comes to the when it comes to the Phoenix, just focus on your promo title and world title, Phoenix, all right? We've done this chapter so many times. We've done this dance so many times. Let me have some fresh competition. Let me enjoy my reign. I didn't cash in on you on your birthday. I was very nice. So do the same. Be cordial, you son of a bitch.
You do have some fresh competition. You haven't actually gone one-on-one with Chad before.
No, I have not.
You kind of will at some points during the Champions Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem with that. And I like the fact that Moses and I get to do our thing back in the knowledge realm before we eventually do our promo bout. And Ella J and I have some history. And Alex Dorio is also very fresh. And I like Alex, so it's going to be good. I like you all. I like every one of them.
For those that have like followed this forever, that's exactly where Mike and I started, was in the knowledge realm.
Yes.
Yes, sir. And I love that. And also the fact it's getting, and well, hold on, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm on a roll. Sorry, Dazzy Dangerously, but I'm on a roll.
Hey, at least you apologize for cutting people off.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
I'm a very polite young man, except for that skinny little shit with Wings Phoenix. That's all I'm saying, man. He comes up on this show. Well, let me tell you something about him, man, because you guys were talking about, Travis being drunk. Let me tell you something about Phoenix. Again, 2017, I remind him all the time, coming on the show. It's noon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting up, waking my ass up to put on a world-class fucking podcast with you gentlemen. And then all of a sudden, this son of a gun, he's coming home from work. He's drunk as a skunk doing his thing. And I felt like I wasn't even on a podcast. I felt like I was at the AA meeting because Phoenix kept saying, I swear I don't have a problem. I'm like, son, this is a podcast, not a goddamn AA meeting.
We're live, pal.
No. Live, pal.
So we've cut it a little bit fine with, obviously we have to do big predictions, so we may have to skim through AEW, but anyway, there's some good points to talk about. So first of all, we're 2 weeks away from Blood and Guts, as both the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle fired their shots this week. Again, hell of a promo from MJF, hell of a promo from Chris Jericho. It's just gold.
MJF was 10 times better though.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I had to rewatch that whole thing because it was so damn good. The energy, the enthusiasm, just the whole. I'm a mark.
And then that,
not for you.
Switch,
I popped so hard.
That switch that he flipped when he just started yelling.
Oh, like I said, the thing that kills me is he's a fucking kid. He's a fucking kid. And he's out here just blowing people away.
We
ridiculous.
Even heard Wardlow speak, and he spoke the fact too. Jericho, good promo, not as good as Maxwell here, but good.
I mean, yeah, and even Wardlow didn't sound too bad. I mean, I didn't expect him to sound like, like fucking MJF. I didn't expect him to be the, the giant version of Ric Flair or anything, but he definitely held his own.
Yeah. Meanwhile, FTR just sitting there in silence.
Fucking Dax is all just shaking his head and just reacting to everything. I was like, all right, that's funny.
I just had one thing to MJF's promo. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So, as a fellow Long Islander, that's us. And as you've seen in my promos, we like to yell. So, I mean, I can attest to that when it comes to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. We like to yell. It's what we do as Long Islanders. We're very passionate people. So, I felt everything that he said.
Opening match, though, we had Hangman get a win over Ricky Starks.
Good one.
But then Taz comes in with, Hangman! Adam! Hangman, I'm talking to you.
It was fucking like Stewie.
Yes.
Fucking Family Guy. And I'm just like, dude.
I was like,
I don't know if Hangman was ribbing him or what the fuck was going on.
Hangman,
but he was
please
like,
just
I'm over
turn
here,
around
dummy.
so he stops yelling.
Oh my God. Mommy. What? What? Hi.
Yeah, fucking A right.
I would have lulled if Taz had done that.
Mm-hmm. But then fucking goddamn Hook with this good work chop block, but then he just starts stiffing the fuck out of goddamn Hangman.
Yeah.
He just starts stomping him and then throwing like one stiff ass fucking forearm, and then I was like, yeah, you deserve that boot to the face, kid.
I mean, Hangman was probably intoxicated, so he didn't feel it as much, but
dude, everybody was. Everybody was. I love AEW. I swear I do, but I feel like AEW is the place where wrestlers are wrestlers. And so they show up and they're hanging out, and before you know it, they're drinking, and they remember, oh shit, we got a show to do.
Shit.
And then they still go out there and do great shit.
Put down the White Claw and the burger.
The White Claw burger.
We then got Penta versus Trent, which got a little personal when translator Alex Alagentes taunts Trent, allowing Penta to hit the package power driver for the win. Orange Cassidy also eats a super kick. Because he tried to make the save, but...
Sweatpants.
Yeah.
I really like this. I felt like this was a PWG match even. Like, it was that's how good it was to me. Like, they didn't really hold back. Trent looked awesome. Trent looked awesome. And I'm fucking loving Alex with Pentagon. Like, the dude shouldn't have a personality, but he does, and it's over the top, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I love how he waited till mid-match to translate what Penta said before the match.
It was the best. He's just like, he just wanted to let you know that you suck, and your mom sucks too. And I was like, oh shit, you're fucked up.
And JR was like, oh, why'd he do that for?
I was with JR. He's a southern boy. He knows you don't talk about a man's mama.
Let me just say, think about that. Trent? Let me say something about Trent. As his mother's name is Sue, and well, you know.
Yes.
If you talk about any mama's name Sue, how do you do, Johnny Cash? There will be war, and I might have to smack a bitch. So I mean, Trent Beretta. Hey. Trent? I get it.
Trent.
Yeah, don't be talking about Sue. What'd you do that for?
Don't do it.
I love it when JR makes calls like that. It was kind of like when MJF kicked Cody in the jewels. And he was like, oh, you son of a bitch, why'd you do that?
I love that. The natural reactions of JR. That is the one thing that I don't think many other commentators have these days.
Yeah.
To actually let out your natural reaction. I mean, Morrow does it, but he does it in his own way. I cannot wait for Sunday to hear him again. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be nice.
Yes, Morrow's going to be calling the match. And isn't Aubrey Edwards going to be the ref?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I got one other thing to say about JR. Like, you were talking about that natural reaction. Dazzy Dangerously, you said it earlier with that son of a bitch. And also when friggin' the McMahons beat Shawn Michaels and God at Backlash 2006. Oh, that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn Michaels and God.
Also, the fact, too, what always cracked me up, I know you didn't get to watch the end of this over there in the UK, but Moses Marquez knows because it was in San Diego, California, when Jeff Hardy fought Matt Hardy at Vengeance 2001, and Jared the King Lawler popped JR, and he's like, JR, this reminds me of one of your favorite singers, Tammy Wynette. You need to stand by your man. And then JR goes, oh, Tammy.
Oh, Tammy.
I want Tammy.
I want Tammy.
Next up, after a successful but hard-fought defense against Tay Conti, which I don't think took anything away from her. She looked great. Shida,
really good match.
Is now confronted by her new number one contender, Dr. Britt Baker. Finally.
First off, every fucking person in professional wrestling take a goddamn note from Britt Baker. Okay, when you become the number one contender, this is what you do. You walk out there, you say, "Look at me, bitch. I'm next in line."
Put a big ass graphic on the Tron.
That was so fucking great, dude.
And literally didn't say a word, just walked out.
Nope. Just look at the sign. Look who's next. Look who's next in line. Me.
That's the thing, man. That's why I say yay, because it is so fucking long overdue.
Yeah, but keep it for Double or Nothing, because I want to see her win the title on a pay-per-view.
Please. Give me a crowd pop.
If there is anybody that needs to beat Hikaru Shida, it is Dr. Baker.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She has absolutely earned her spot.
Not friggin'
100%.
No disrespect, but not friggin' Abaddon, not friggin' Nyla Rose, not Ty Conti, not Anna Jay, fucking Britt Baker. B squared in the building. DBB.
Yeah. Britt Baker or nobody right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love Shida, don't get me wrong. The rest of the division, that's fine. But there's one person that should have that title, and she just so happens to have a doctorate.
Yep.
No, I mean, take the next match, I will. QT defeated Billy Gunn after some interference from Agogo.
When the fuck has Billy Gunn become relevant, and why is this son of a bitch undefeated?
I'm pretty sure JR even reacted like, Billy Gunn's wrestling tonight.
Yeah, he was like, what?
Hold on, man. You want to talk about natural actions? Where the fuck did Billy go? Man, Moses, goddamn, son.
Well, no, okay. So again, TSK, we're always doing the Discord chats, always streaming the shows because that's how we do. It allows us to be at the show without actually being at the show. And of course, I'm the guy that I have a lot on my plate. I'm a dad. I do a lot of stuff. And then on top of that, there's all this great content that happens on YouTube that I don't normally watch. And apparently a bunch of it is like guys like fucking Billy Gunn going undefeated. Who's some other dweeb that was undefeated? I was just like, all these dudes. I was like, where the hell are you guys getting all these wins? Like Will Hobbs, undefeated. I'm like, where the fuck are you guys getting these wins?
Dark
and
elevation.
Then it's dark and elevation. So it's like, okay, now I need to invest myself in these, so I can, I guess, see how these guys work. I guess I don't know. I don't want to say it sucks, but like, if you could just show me fucking highlights of this fucking like right as the kid's coming out, like especially with like Will Hobbs, like how the fuck is this kid 9-0? Show me how he's 9-0. Show me him fucking squashing a bunch of nerds in 20 seconds. It's not that hard to make.
Yeah,
really.
It's like when they continue streaks on like house shows.
Like, I don't hate it, but show me some clips, man. That's it. That's all I ask.
I think
it doesn't take much to make a 20-second thing of Will Hobbs killing 4 or 5 geeks, and you said this is his reigns. This is how he's been dominating during Elevation and Dark. Okay, great.
I think they do it deliberately to try and make people watch Dark because they're like, this guy's undefeated. Like, what? How? Where? When? Dark? Oh Christ! Now I gotta go watch Dark.
That's the thing, too.
But you see the thing though, I would rather not be upset having to go watch it. I'd rather be intrigued. Oh, he's fucking through the shit. Oh, he slammed the shit. I gotta go watch Dark.
Yeah.
TK, I know you're listening, bud. Listen to me. If you want a hardcore dude to fucking make some time, show me some clips. Make me invested. Don't expect me to go look so I can maybe see him. Make me want to go see him.
Yeah, clips work better than hearsay.
That was my point too, because it's just like that's always my gripe with AEW when they mention Dark and stuff. Don't give me the little thing at the results, like what happened on the show. Give me highlights, because I'm going to say this right now. Not a lot of people watch Dark or friggin' Elevation, so give us a little something.
That's it. Like I said, keep the ticker. Keep the ticker. Seriously, I don't mind it. I don't mind the ticker where you're telling me who's won, who lost, blah, blah, blah. But give me highlights with it.
Yep.
I'll give you an analogy. Obviously, I was excited anyway for Godzilla versus Kong. But the visuals were stunning in the trailer, and it made me even more excited. If somebody had not shown me a trailer and just said, okay, they're going to fight in Tokyo.
Oh, yeah, if somebody just told you, they're remaking Godzilla versus Kong, okay. Like, I really don't care until you give me something to be intrigued about, and 9 times out of 10, yeah, it's something I get to watch.
Yes. Okay, now, we also had Dustin come out after the match to attack QT with a cricket chair, of all things.
With it? Oh, yeah. I was like, where the hell did they get this wood-ass chair, but whatever. And then
it just happened to be under the ring.
Yeah, it just so happened to be chilling there, and then Dustin has this fucking bull rope, and I'm like, all right, I guess we're going to have a bull rope match eventually. And then this gigantic dude, who I swear to God was wearing a sweater under his cut-up wedding dress that he made into a jacket, and he just eats this fucking chair shot right to the face. And I'm just like, well, you're a crazy fucker.
Yeah, Komoroto's going to kind of do some stuff.
He's massive, and apparently he's young as fuck.
And indestructible.
I'm like, no, I mean, I've heard this kid's in his 20s.
Wow.
I'm going to take a look. What's his name?
I can't remember his first name, but it's Komoroto. Nick Komoroto, I think it is.
Yeah, Nick Comoroto.
Comoroto, okay. Oh, yeah, here it is, from AEW. There we go. Haven't we seen this dude on here before? Didn't he go against, like, Moxley or somebody?
He
was enhancement talent. He was a part of the Nightmare system.
All right, so he was born April 22nd, 1991. He's 29, same age as me.
Are you dude? Not even 30 years old, this dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's learning from probably one of the better groups you can learn from as far as in-ring work, and he has the appeal, and he's probably only going to get bigger. So, hey, more power to you, kid. Fuck, he's only 30. He's not even 30. I'm fucking baffled.
Well, he'll be 30. Well, he's 30 today, so happy birthday, Nick Comoroto.
Oh, well, then happy birthday, you big fucking motherfucker, you.
Man, same age as me, and looks like he could be my daddy.
Fucking hell, right. That beard.
Oh, man, beard envy. Okay.
Beard envy. This man just say beard envy. I heard that, Dazzy Dangerously. Don't go quiet with it, man. Say it with your chest. Say it proudly. You want
fucking beard envy, man. I just want beard. Okay.
I just want a beard.
Next segment was a little bit confusing because the Elite were in their private trailer, and all of a sudden we hear honking. And then Mox and Kingston ram a truck into the trailer. Go into the trailer.
Countdown?
The Elite aren't even in there.
Did you hear the countdown?
No.
Yeah, Moxie's like sitting there, and you hear him 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slammed in the thing. I was like, "You fucker, can you shut the hell up?" Like, way to ruin the shot, you dick. And they get out and fucking mock goddamn Kingston. You got the pipe? It was like a fucking total New York thing. You got the pipe? Okay, here we go. And he just fucking just starts beating the crap out of it. Nobody's here. They even took their socks. I died when he said that. And then the greatest part of the whole thing is Moxley's mad because they're not there, so he can't kick their ass.
Yeah.
So he fucking hooks the pipe into the window and fucking legit 2 inches away from fucking Kingston's face. He's all, "Could you wait for me to get out of the goddamn way?" He's like, "Well, I thought you were going to move." "Well, I was trying to fucking move." And just the back and forth is just they're legit like brothers.
Yeah.
They're brothers just walking around arguing with each other. And then he's like, "I go get a fucking steak."
Kingston kind of turned into Jason Statham in The Expendables. You could have killed me.
I fucking laughed.
You're
so
welcome.
Hard. So fucking hard. Oh my god! Don't ever break these guys up.
No, why didn't we do this sooner?
Because they're like best friends and it works. They had Eddie Kingston with the goddamn death triangle, and I was like, ugh. And then you got Mox over here, and it's like, put these two together. You know what I'm saying?
Gold.
Like you said, it works. It's funny. It's gold.
Pure fucking gold.
You're always in the way.
I started, man, because it's like when you see these two individuals, it's like, okay, but when you bring them together, it's like peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat. These two work, and it's good.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna have to get through these last 3 points pretty quickly. So Christian Cage got a win over Will Hobbs. Do we have to have Taz on commentary every time one of his boys are in action? Ugh.
I guess.
Apparently,
this match seemed a little slow to me, but I mean, apparently like I said, this is how Will Hobbs wrestles. That's why I guess I need to watch Elevation in Dark. Whatever.
Yeah. Fucking dark again. Apparently, every manager in AEW wants to sign Jade Car Crash because she's the hardest thing going.
No, they don't.
Really?
No, they don't. You lying dumbass.
They are promoting the shit out of her, and nobody's falling for it. Well, some people are actually.
Oh yeah, fucking Teddy P. My guy. My guy is in love with this whole thing. I'm like, dude, I love you to death, but this is just ass.
I was about to say, wait, does Teddy P really love him some Jade Cargill?
Oh yeah, he's a huge fan.
Yeah.
She's the next big thing you don't understand. And I'm like, dude.
Teddy. All right, I'm going to say that I love Teddy P too, because I love how you and Teddy P were going back and forth about the Alexa Bliss or Randy Orton thing, which still makes me laugh. So when it comes to Teddy P, I like, for the fact that with Jade Cargill, I like the fact that she's in shape and that she looks good. But again, the look appeal is great, not the whip appeal. I'm not talking about babyface. I'm talking about the look appeal. But for God's sake, man, she's the drizzling shits in the ring.
Physique, on point, promo, in ring,
a lot of work.
Below
average. A lot of work.
Lot of work. And when you're going against Red Velvet, that doesn't give you a chance to shine, because Red Velvet, and I think she's great too as a person and friggin' as her overall physique, but she's the drizzling shits too. I saw that suicide dive.
Yeah.
That
what the fuck? That wasn't even a suicide dive. That was just a dive through the ropes.
Thank you. I was going to say the same thing. It's like, dude, you can't claim your fame when you've had 2 matches against the same broad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And finally, Darby Allin successfully defending the TNT title against Jungle Boy.
So damn good.
Main event between 2 young bucks.
First off, it hasn't been said in a while, and I know I'm the guy that always points this shit out. Jungle Boy's getting big. And I fucking love it. Like, he is putting in the work. It's finally starting to show for him. I know he could tell. I could see the confidence in him. It's just, and then they worked this match so damn well, but it felt like a little Naito versus Kota, a light, if you will, a whole lot of fuck your neck in this match. But it's okay. They're young as shit. I guess they're gonna survive. So
most Darby Allin matches are fuck every part of my own body.
Yeah, that fucking poor bastard.
But after the match, we got a post-match beatdown from, of all people, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, who have been hanging around in the rafters for the past couple of weeks. It must be cold up there.
I was just going to say, they must be finally coming down.
And again, what the fuck is going on with Lance Archer? Is he a heel? Is he a face?
He's a face in the weirdest fucking way ever.
Yeah. He attempts to clean house, but falls victim to the numbers game before... of course, Sting comes down to make the save with his baseball bat.
And all he does is swing it around.
Yeah, and just points at him. You fucked up.
I'm going to hit you with this thing one day. Like, okay.
Ethan Page is like, I got my heart ripped out. I'm not scared of anything.
Don't you know what I am? I'm the Karate Man.
I ripped my own heart out.
Fucker.
But yeah, solid episode again. I kind of hope both shows get another increase this week as they did last week. And
well, from the looks of it, NXT did. They're up in the 800s.
Yep, nice to see.
And I expect AEW to stay in the mill.
Yeah, 1.2.
Let's go.
It's crazy.
Go
AEW on their own now is literally a couple of 100,000 away from SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it going. And finally, a big thank you to Darby Allin, actually, for a nice little clip you saw during the show. Taking it to the max.
That's right.
Oh, well, thank you to Travis for getting it.
Yeah, thank you, Travis.
And thank you for Raven for hanging on as long as you did.
Yeah, God bless her.
Poor thing.
I can understand what it's like to be starstruck.
Hey, don't we all?
Yep.
Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is the Max Wrestling Podcast. Remember to like and follow Max Wrestling on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us at Max Wrestling UK on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Yeah,
TikTok.
And above all, go check us out at maxwrestling.net. Follow us on social media at TheCaptain512, at MCL92, at Walker_TA92, and at SMRPodNet. Before we tap out and bid you adieu, remember, Twitch makes Vince's dick itch, and everyone on Anchor thinks he's a wanker, and everyone on TikTok thinks he's a cock, including Moses Marquez.
I love that. That's brand new, and I fucking love it. Okay. Normally I take this time to plug the crap out of myself. I will do it as quickly as possible. A lot of Bolt Rant stuff coming, more streamings. Just check out Twitch. I really don't want to take too much time with this because I kind of want to do something important. April 20th, 2021, a man was finally convicted for what he did. And hopefully this is a shining light to how things need to change in our country. And hopefully it's not as bad as across the other side of the pond as it is here.
No.
And I hope that day changed a lot for a lot of people. This is what I've been calling our version of Rodney King. If you didn't live through that era, this is what it means. And we all need to come together as a fucking nation. And I'll say it just like that. And my last thing is you don't. And I want to emphasize this because I think it's honestly a staple in the wrestling community. And that's mental illness. I know Mike has done his thing and he's gone through his journey and he's, continuing to work and he's actually seen the higher light, if you will. I just want to say that if you think for 1 second that somebody might be struggling, be nice to them. If you think for 1 second that they've never struggled in their life, be nice to them. Be kind to everyone you encounter because you don't know what people are struggling with. You have no idea what goes on in their daily lives, what happens on their good days, on their bad days, how they react, how they sleep, how they don't sleep. You don't know, so you don't need to be the judge. All you need to do is be a kind person to one another. That's it. Don't make judgments. Don't make statements. This isn't the 1960s. I'm not going to bite a raw cow, but I will tell you how I feel. And if that's a problem, then you have a problem with yourself.
Amen.
Thank you.
All right. I kind of feel like I should say something important one day on this show. Everybody else seems to be doing it.
It's one of those things where it's like it literally just it goes leaps and bounds just to be a commonly nice human being.
Yeah. I almost feel like you and Mike are here doing these important stuff, and then I'm just like the comedy relief.
That's just the comedy relief. Oh my gosh, shakes in reverse. It's okay.
Yes, it does shake in reverse.
I mean, to go on what he was saying, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've come out of it on the high road, man. My journey started in September, and I went fucking downhill. And now here we are in April, and I'm better mentally and spiritually. I got myself right because I didn't want to go down a path where I was friggin' in the fucking ditch. So everything that Moses Marquez said is absolutely accurate. Do I have my struggles? Hell yeah. But, you know, we all go through them. I still go through it, even though I've seen a better light. So I'm just saying, like everything Moses said, be kind. You don't know what the hell anybody's going through. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you weak to cry or just show emotion as a man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all go through it together, and we got to be united, not divided as people. And also to add on to that, justice was served.
Mm-hmm. And then you can take it to the max. So,
yes.
Actually, on that topic, Mike, who you been talking to?
Okay, now on the positive side of things, because as I said, we all go through some stuff, there's some positivity, and here's some positivity for everybody's ass. I have just been speaking with Sarah the Beast Brooke and Jackie O on the LFC podcast, assistant coach Jackie O for the latest LFC 31 Booty Camp 2. We talked about that. We talked about her ventures in the adult entertainment industry. So yes, there's a lot of porn talk on the show. And Sarah the Beast Brooke.
Bad thing, sir.
Yes. Sarah the Beast Brooke took on Lauren the Animal Fogel. We talked about her debut at LFC 31. As far as on the mic goes, my man, superstar Dickie Rods, we talked about NYWC. We talked about guys like Cardona and Brian Myers. We talked about guys like Bear Bronson, Kristen Statlander, and the one and only MJF. We talked about the origins of his signature maneuver, the Pocket Rocket. We had a fun hour and 45-minute conversation of a man who was a 20-year veteran in the pro wrestling industry, and it's something that you all definitely should listen to because you get a lot of great advice from the one and only superstar Dickie Rods. You can check me out at SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the Twitter machine. If you're feeling some pop culture love, pop_culture_pod, Impact Rewind for your Impact needs. I'm talking about LFC Pod for your LFC needs. Steve and Mike Show, SoundCloud.com/MCLarkin92, LaundryFC.com. And I got to thank Mr. Dazzy Dangerously for Life with Mike, my Instagram TV series. Did a badass logo. I got more topics to come, including cyberbullying, staying humble, respectful. There's a lot of topics that equate to this thing that we call life, and it's all going to be devoured and devouged, if you will, on Instagram TV. Suffocate your own empire. Shine down on that bitch.
Nice. You know what? If it wasn't for copyright, that should definitely be the theme song.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
And join us
next week
because we will be celebrating Crushing Bull Prediction this Sunday. This was episode 319. We will catch your ass down the open road. And that's the bottom line. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang.
Wake up, you skinny little shit with wings, Phoenix.
I'm coming for what's mine, you son of a bitch bird fucker.